This is a setup demonstration for the Aspire Nautilus 2S tank. Inside the box, in addition to the tank itself, which has a long, thin mouthpiece pre-installed, as well as one of the two types of coil, which will be a little bit different from one another, you will also find inside your box a set of replacement seals for every seal in the tank and some for the mouthpieces as well, a user manual that has picture representations of all of this information as well, and a smaller, wider mouthpiece, a replacement glass, and an extra coil. The coil that comes pre-installed in the tank is a 1.8 ohm coil, recommended best between 10 and 14 watts. And for the backup, you have a 0.4 ohm coil, recommended to run between 23 and 28 watts. We generally recommend that folks try both coils out first to see which one they prefer before they make subsequent coil purchases. There is also a third coil option available for this tank at our shop, the 0.7 ohm coils, which are rated for approximately 18 to 23 watts. So they'll fall right around in the middle between the low, which is pre-installed, and the high output coils that come with the tank. In order to change your coil or access the coil for initial priming and setup, you'll need to grab the bottom section here, the airflow control ring, that you'll notice spins. You'll want to take that and turn it to the small dot section and keep going counterclockwise to completely remove the base from this dome section here, like such. In order to be able to remove the coil, all you have to do is twist and pull to remove the glass, and that gains you access to the coil section itself, which you also screw counterclockwise to remove. To prime your coil, you have two options. You can either manually apply liquid to the individual cotton wicking ports that are exposed on the outside of the coil until you can tell that they're no longer taking in more liquid and they're fully saturated, or you can simply install the coil dry, replace your glass, and replace the top cap dome of the tank, and fill it, then giving it 5 to 10 minutes for the coil to saturate before you start to use. It's very important to remember to make sure you give either time or manually make sure your coil is saturated before use, because heat plus dry cotton equals a burnt flavor, and that's generally what tells you it's time to change your coil, so you really don't want it to taste like that right out of the box. In order to fill the tank, you'll notice that there is a separation, the top portion of the dome from the sides. And on one side of the tank, there's a printed on little droplet symbol. What you're going to want to do is take the top cap of the dome and unscrew it counterclockwise as far as it goes, and then push it back away in the direction facing away from that droplet to expose your fill port. Then all you have to do is simply open your bottle of liquid, insert the nozzle, and squeeze to fill. To close it again, you'll want to slide this whole top of the dome back into place, and then turn it clockwise to tighten it down. Again, making sure everything is just finger tight, not over tightening anything, because you'll eventually want to get it back apart. The manufacturer recommends, with the lower output coil, utilizing the lower output or the lower intake for your airflow. There are two different settings you can use. Right now, as you can see, it's set to the widest open, the Cyclops eye airflow, and you can restrict that or open it back up to your preference. But if you keep going past all the way closed, you'll come around to the more restricted airflow setting that has a series of small dots, and you can adjust your airflow control ring to match your preference of airflow for that as well. That's just about everything you need to know about the Nautilus 2S tank. Happy vaping.